Hello everyone. Once again welcome you all in the online lectures and we are talking about the total synthesis of erythronoid B. In last lecture we starting with 2,4,6 trimethylphenol and after various stages we are end up with the intermediate number 11. Now in this lecture we will be discuss on the synthesis of intermediate number 12 and in the further step we can combine the intermediate 11 and 12 to give the erythronoid B. So this intermediate 12 can be started with the crotonic acid and we know the structure of this crotonic acid. So this is the structure of this crotonic acid and then the crotonic acid on treatment with that is epoxidation and the epoxidation can be done with the H2O2 and the that is H2O2 and then Na2WO4, right. So that means here we are doing the epoxidation at the pH 5 and 55 degrees Celsius. Then it gives the epoxidation at the carbon-carbon double bond. So that means it gives epoxidation here and so it is called as a so this compound is called as that is trans 2,3 epoxy butyric acid. So this is trans 2,3 epoxy butyric acid because these groups are we can say trans to each other. Then in further step, so this compound will be appear as a mixture and therefore we can resolve this mixture. That means this epoxidation may be from one side or it may be from the we can say back side and therefore here we can resolve this compound by the addition of pure stereoisomer. So that is pure stereoisomer is that is yes 1 alpha naphthyl ethylamine. So this is the pure stereoisomer that is S1 alpha naphthyl ethylamine and then in further step we are doing recrystallization, that is these two isomers of these. So this trans 2,3 epoxy butyric acid on treatment with the selective isomer that is stereoisomer, it gives formation of diastereomer. Then in further step we are doing recrystallization and then again we are separating this compound by the that is ethyl sulfonic acid SO3H in presence of ether. Then it gives formation of a single stereoisomer that is so this epoxy butyric acid. So that will be gives we can say this epoxide will be from the plus sign, that means it gives a stereoisomer like this. Then in further step we are doing the conversion of this acid group into the alcohol. That means we are reducing this acid group into the alcohol by using a reducing agent or that is firstly we can convert this compound into this chloro. So that is conversion of this acid group into the anhydride by treating it with ethyl chloroformate at the solvent that is triethylamine in presence of THF. That means firstly it can be converted it into that is anhydride. Then further we are treating this compound with excess of NaBH4. That means we are reducing this anhydride into the so in presence of solvent that is CH2OMe twice. Then further so this alcohol will be protected. Then this alcohol can be protected by using the protecting agent like this. So protecting agent and then in presence of excess of POCl3 and a solvent that is CCl4, right. So what we get here, we get a protected alcohol in this way. So here this methyl group, then here is this epoxide group and then this OH will be converted first and then further it can be protected by using this protecting agent, right? So this is called as a protection of this alcohol. So the overall yield near about 76% for this compound. Then in further step, this compound can be treated, or we can say alkylated at this terminal position, and so this alkylation can be done by using this acetylene lithium complex with the ethylene diamine, that is NH2 CH2 twice NH2. So this is the complex, and then in presence of solvent, that is DMSO at 25 degrees Celsius, 25 degrees Celsius, right? So firstly it can be alkylated at this terminal position, and then we are treating this compound with the amberlite IR150. So here we can separate the isomer by using a resin in presence of methanol. So we get, so amberlite IRC 150, sorry, amberlite IRC 50. So here we can separate the alkylated compound by using the, so firstly we are alkylating this compound with this acetylene lithium ethylene diamine complex, and then we are separating this complex on the basis of this resin, and then we get a alkylated compound. So this alkylated compound will be looks like this. So here this protected alcohol, here is OMe, and then these using this amberlite IRC 150 and methanol. So these alcohol will be deprotect here, and it gives formation of this, that is alcohol, that is called as a OH. Then in further step, we can treat this compound with this mestyl chloride. Mestyl chloride, that is compound like this in presence of base, that is pyridine at minus 20 degrees Celsius. And then in second step we can treat this compound with lithium dimethyl cuprate in presence of ether at minus 15 degrees Celsius. Then here we can do methylation at this terminal position, and we get compound like this. So here is we get methyl, then this alcohol will be same as it is, and then this methyl will be same as it is, right? Then in further step, so overall yield of this compound is near about 75%. So we get a compound near about 75% yield. Then in further step, we can treat this compound, that means there is a alcohol, and therefore we have to protect this alcohol by using a tertiary butyl silyl chloride. So that is TBS group. So that means we can protect this alcohol by using this tertiary butyl dimethyl silyl chloride by using a base, that is imidazole, and in presence of solvent, that is DMF. So what happened? This tertiary butyl dimethyl silyl chloride will be react with this alcohol, and then it will be protect this alcoholic function group. Then in second step, we can treat this compound with LDA, that is lithium diisopropyl amine, and then we can treat this compound with methyl iodide, and we are using a solvent, that is DMF. Here we can use a THF at minus 78 degrees Celsius, and then we can treat this compound with methyl iodide at minus 78 degrees Celsius, and we can increase this temperature up to the minus 25 degrees Celsius. So what happened? So here the alcohol group can be protected, and then by using this lithium diisopropyl amine, we can selectively remove the proton from this acetylene carbon, and then it will be methylated at this position, and then we get compound like this, that is the terminal methylation will be takes place, and then remaining functionalities will be same. That means here is methyl, then here is OTBS, and then here is a methyl substitution like this. So we can get this compound. Then in further step, we can reduce this carbon triple bond into the double bond by using this zirconial hydrochloride. at 43 degrees Celsius by using a solvent that is a benzene, and then we can treat this compound with, that means we are doing iodization by using a iodine in presence of CCl4. So what happen? This zirconyl hydrochloride will be reduced this carbon triple bond into double bond, and then further we can treat this compound with iodization and we get a intermediate number, that is 12. So here we can do iodization, here is methyl substitution, and then here is this methyl group, here is this OTBS group, and then this is methylation, and this is intermediate number 12. So this intermediate 12 can be further used for the synthesis. It will be combined with the intermediate 11, and then we can doing the further synthesis. So friends, with this we can stop here. The remaining part will be discussing in next lecture. Thank you.